What is going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video today we're going to learn how to easily create modern looking graphical user interfaces in Python by using a theme extension for tkinter called TTKBootstrap. Now if you like my videos and want to support this channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, but now let us get right into it. Alright, so we're going to learn how to easily create modern looking graphical user interfaces in Python today. And for this we're going to utilize the package TTKBootstrap, which is a supercharged theme extension for tkinter that enables on-demand modern flat style themes inspired by Bootstrap. The basic idea is when you design a website, when you have HTML code and you want to have some styling, what you can do is, of course, you can add your own style sheet. You can define everything manually, all the margins, all the colors, all the effects and so on, but you can also just use a CSS framework like Bootstrap or Tailwind, which is going to do all of it for you. You just have to provide certain keywords as class names and the styling is going to be applied. And TTKBootstrap is something similar for tkinter. So here on the GitHub page, you can scroll down, you can see what this basically looks like. This is now a demo application and it shows the different themes that are available. We're going to take a look at that in this video as well. But what I want to do in this video fundamentally is I want to show you how to take existing tkinter applications and easily turn them into modern looking GUI applications using TTKBootstrap. And for this, I want to show you a very simple example in the beginning that we're going to implement from scratch. And then I just want to show you code examples that I have already prepared for this video today. And some of them are also from this repository. So if you want to go here to the gallery, you can also find more code examples that you can take a look at. So what we're going to do first here is we're going to install TTKBootstrap. So pip or pip3 install TTKBootstrap. By the way, those of you who watch my channel on a regular basis might be a bit surprised to see me not working with a tiling window manager. This is just because for graphical user interface videos, it makes more sense to have these floating windows. It's just, better to look at, and you don't want to have half the screen filled with an application that should be smaller. So for this video, I'm going to use GNOME again. And I want to start with a simple main.py file where we're going to implement a very simple tkinter application. So I'm going to start by saying import tkinter as tk. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to define the root window, which is going to be tk.tk. Then I want to set a title. Root title is going to be GUI app or something like this. Then I want to set the dimensions. So geometry is going to be equal to, let's say, 200 times 100. And then all I want to do is I want to add 3 buttons. So I'm going to say button 1, button 2, button 3. So I'm going to say here button 1 is equal to tk button. This button is going to have some text like button 1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say button 1. Actually, I need to also provide here the root element first. So root and then text button 1 and then just button 1 pack. Now I can copy this 2 times. I can then change this here to button 2, and down here I can change it to button 3, button 3, button 3, and then I'm going to say root main loop, and that's basically it. This is a very simple tkinter application. You can see what it looks like here. I have the simple GUI app, I have these buttons, and that's basically it. Now, I want to show you how you can take this and easily turn it into something that looks a little bit more like a Bootstrap kind of style. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close the terminal here. And all we need to do now is we need to say from TTKBootstrap import style. And then down here, I can say style is equal to style. And then I'm going to say theme is equal to darkly, for example. And that alone is going to change the theme of my application. So if I run this again, you're going to see I have now a GUI app which has a dark theme. Now the buttons still all have the same color, but you can see the basic idea here is I have this GUI application. Now it has a dark theme, and I just need to do 1 or 2 simple things in addition to make this look more interesting. I just have to say import TTKBootstrap as TTK, for example. I have to change the buttons to TTK buttons instead of TK buttons. And then I just have to provide a single keyword down here, which is the boot style keyword. So boot style is equal to, and now I can use the standard Bootstrap identifiers or keywords like info, success, warning, danger, and so on. So I just have to say boot style is equal to info equal to success. And then down here, I'm going to say boot style is equal to warning. Now, when I run this, you're going to see that all the buttons are going to have a different color and they look like Bootstrap buttons. So that is the very basic approach. This is just the proof of concept here to show you how this basically works. And now I want to show you the examples that I have here without typing them from scratch because I don't want to waste your time. But basically, I have here a simple login application. This is modeled as a class here. We have TK-inter SDK, TK-inter import message box. We have login application. We have a mainframe. We have a username label, entry, password label, entry. We have a login button, and then we have a simple function that checks if the username is admin and the password is 123456. That's basically it. Nothing too fancy about it. Let's run this. Python 3 login TK-inter, and this is the application. I can type some stuff. I can get an error. I can type the correct thing and then get login successful. That is the application. Now I also have here login TTKBootstrap, which is the adjusted version. You can see most of it is the same. Difference here, we imported here again style and TTK. Style is set to darkly, and the only difference here is everything is ttk.frame.label.button and so on. And the only interesting thing here is actually that we use success here for the button. And basically, when I now go and run this, you're going to see it's almost the same code, but it looks much better. It looks like a solid application here. Also, the text box has a different styling. This is now in dark theme. I can say again, admin 123456. There you go, login successful. This is now easily turned into a dark theme application. Now, I also have here an example which I actually took from the GitHub repository. So they have an example stopwatch, which is the TTKBootstrap example already. I basically turned it into a TK-inter example. So I downgraded it, so to say, and the same thing I did for the calculator. But basically, you can look at the stopwatch here in TK-inter. That's just TK-inter SDK and the TK-inter elements here, still with the comments from the GitHub repository. So this is not my code. I just removed some stuff here to make it raw TK-inter. And then in addition to that, we also have the stopwatch TTKBootstrap, which is the actual code example from their GitHub. So this is the adjusted one using only TK-inter, and this is the original one. But you can see they are basically the same code. It's just a little bit different in terms of here we use style and we use TTK for everything, which is TTKBootstrap. But all in all, you're going to see, by the way, you're going to find all of this code on my GitHub, but you're going to see that the code is essentially the same. So if I run now stopwatch TK-inter, this is what it looks like. Okay, now where is it? There you go. I can start it, I can pause it, I can reset it, start, pause, reset, quit. That's it. But now if I say Python 3 stopwatch TTKBootstrap, you're going to see this looks much better. Start, pause, reset, start, pause, reset, quit. This is again very, very easily done. So just go to the GitHub link in the description down below and you're going to find all this code. In addition to that, we also have the calculator. Let's take a look at that. TK-inter. We have here TK-frame. Again, a class, very simple stuff. We have the background color set here manually, but essentially the styling is just ordinary TK-inter styling. So we also have, in addition to that, TTKBootstrap, which is almost the same. Only difference here is we define the boot style and we use it, and we use the TTK elements here again. But besides that, we don't really have much to talk about here. So it's just the basic stuff that I showed you for the main example. And now if I say Python 3 calculator TK-inter, you're going to see this is what it looks like. The functionality is not that important for this video. But if I go and say calculator TTK bootstrap, you're going to see it looks much better. Easily styled, modern looking graphical user interface, looks like an actual application. It could be running on Linux or Windows as a default application. Doesn't look bad. And the most interesting one to play around with, I think, is the demo py. So demo py is a code example that is from their GitHub. So I think you can go to gallery, or is it in gallery? I'm not sure where it is. Okay, I'm not sure, I cannot find it now, but you're going to find it in my GitHub. I downloaded it from here somewhere, not sure where it is. But basically this demo PY is a code example that they provide. And what I had to do for this code example to work is I either had to downgrade Pillow to a version below 10.0.0, or I had to change a line of code in the package. So it's basically a Pillow mistake where it's using cubic instead of bicubic, but you can just downgrade Pillow for this to work. It doesn't really matter. The interesting thing is you can play around with this demo PY file, which is basically showing you all the different things that you can do with TTKBootstrap. So on the one hand, you have the different button colors that you can use here. You have the different types of buttons. You can also use stuff like this widget here. You can also have this text box. You can also have this selection here and the tabs and all that. You can play around with that. But the most interesting thing is you can easily change the theme. So you can go through all the themes to see how they change. And of course, a lot of light themes here, but you also have darkly, which is the one we used here. We have stuff like solar, superhero, which is a little bit like, maybe like one dark, quite bluish here. We have vapor, we have simplex. So you can see that there are a lot of themes here. And I think that's the easiest way to take a tkinter application and make it look like it's a modern application. So if you have something like this, which already looks like a modern application, but if you have something like this in default tkinter, just using darkly as the theme is going to turn it into that. And I think if this was an actual application, this would really look like a very impressive modern UI. And that's how you do it. So basically, back to the code example, to the initial one, all you have to do here, this is the basic idea behind it. All you have to do is you have to choose a style, and then you just have to provide the boot style information to style the buttons and everything. And you just have to use TTK, which is TTKBootstrap. And if you want to have more examples, you just go to the GitHub repository and you go to the gallery. Even if it doesn't include the demo file, you're going to find a lot of code examples here. So stuff like maybe PC cleaner, I don't know what that is, but you can see here how everything is used and what kind of things you can provide here as boot style. Play around with that. But I think that this package is really, I would say, probably the easiest way to turn a simple tkinter application into a modern looking UI. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. If so, let me know by hitting a like button and leaving a comment in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video and bye.